The political hot. You see, don't permit you the fry. For don't buy you the nyaka nyaka. This na the Hot Goose Network television. Good afternoon, good evening, and Sierra Leoneans. Mina Gentle, the political hot goose. You see, don't me, you the fry. For don't you the nyaka nyaka. Today again, I come with you usual program on the Hot Goose Network. And today, the Hot Goose, they come for them by the European Union, the unfortunate and politically motivated press release where they send, we damning and we no good for good governance, and we get the tendency for undermine the state security of Sierra Leone. The national security of Sierra Leone is in our paramount interest. So if any institution within Sierra Leone we're credible, like the institutions then we APC one for blackmail, we APC one for undermine, we now the National Electoral Commission, we now the Judiciary, we now the Political Party Registration Commission, now PPRC, and also we now the police. These are the strongest institutions that we now pillars of that country. You when they watch, I want to let you drop your comment, and also I want to let you subscribe if you they watch now YouTube, and you when they watch now the Facebook page them. Hot Goose Network Salon. Now for follow the page, and now for also click notification bell for the page, and then now for drop your comment also. You will watch now all the platform name right now. You know, this issue of this blackmail and misleading press release where the European Union don't put European Union into a mess. European Union, they don't go into a mess. So we as peaceful and legitimate Sierra Leoneans them, serious Sierra Leoneans them, with a request that the EU boss currently where they station and they work with Sierra Leone for let them withdraw them with immediate effect. That are one of the recommendations that we Sierra Leoneans that we they make. Therefore, withdraw with immediate effect because of this type of misleading, false, and malicious statements here where it don't pull out, we get the tendency for undermine the existence and reputation of all serious national state institutions them, and also for undermine the security of Sierra Leone. The national security now with priority. Therefore, the leadership of EU with the request as Sierra Leoneans them for let them return them with immediate effect, and let them turn them back, and we don't want them because then why they get the tendency for create chaos and create confusion inside with 2023 elections. And I want to let every Sierra Leonean them where they watch me today, I want to let clearly and entirely and explicitly put on all on a Facebook page them for let them withdraw the current European Union leadership. Now Sierra Leone, let them withdraw them because of this type of game where they don't begin play, and we don't say they don't hire an active APC politicians. One for them when a Umfa Kabo, and this Umfa Kabo he is a well-known political activist for the APC, and I go one again, let the whole world see him again. This guy is called Umfa Kabo, and he is currently the governance advisor. He is the one behind the fake, false, misleading, and also politically motivated press release where the EU send out. We're not good for that country. We never in history will not tolerate that one. That is the guy, and this is the guy. This is the guy. You see him in the APC political apparel, where he go for go visit and Kuruma, and he go attend the current APC the convention with the whole na McKinney inside this September 2021. And this is that guy flanked, hooked by a lady where they call Sadia Bakar. This Sadia Bakar, Nai Osha, the EU representative them, where it carry them to Anes Kuruma, and this lady, it also work na as paralegal na Francago in law firm na Freetown. So these are politicians, and look at the way they have the APC cap on, and these are the recent APC cap where the NRM them produce, where they wear now. So these are the individuals where they're behind the bad press release. So therefore, with the advocates now, with the demand, not to even advocate, as serious Sierra with the demand for the immediate removal, dismissal of Umfa Kago from the European Union, with the demand the immediate dismissal of Sadia Bakar, and also will not guarantee the job where Ibrahim Bellows Bangura, when Azana Bangura and Pekin they do, instead with the advocate, with the demand the release, because then guys are actively involved in politics, and they are in politics, and we cannot let a European Union monitor our elections in 2023, especially this European Union. We get a lot of APC politicians them, where we get evidences that we don't show out here, who are very active in APC politics for come inside the for come monitor with elections in 2023. We are serious Sierra Leoneans, peaceful Sierra Leoneans, we are now asking that they remove them people here, because Umfa Kago na indegi funding to Marcela Samba, we write in your first report and send them to the European Union. When they don't get any objective report, they're subjective enough now. All them press release them a bad, and in as much as the bad thing the way it don't happen during the 2018 elections, not to this government responsible for that one day, not to Madam you conduct that election 2018, now Anes Kuruma. So if you get any problem with the 2018 report, that 2018 report, they therefore blame them on Anes Kuruma and the former government. We been they not be they respect democracy, but they not go come. They can't allow few individuals the way they don't employ now the European Union. When a Umfa Kago, when a politician, where they is very active APC politician, then they write misleading statements them against the government institutions in another country, for let them make sure say they put that one day into disrepute, for put the national security at stake. This is a democracy Sierra Leoneans have suffered for. Thousands of Sierra Leoneans have died to making sure that our national security is enhanced, our democracy is the way it is. So we don't want anybody again for can influence that one, and we don't find ourselves as a nation that the European Union is influencing, and the European Union is preempting violence, and European Union through the politicians where they get when Umfa Kago, Sadia Bakar, and Ibrahim Bellows Bangura, these are all people who are in this organization where they incite violence, and now they don't create a platform upon which APC will use now for with violence in other country when they get for lost the 2023 elections. Because this nine APC we don't do all along for let them blackmail the NEC, when at the National Electoral Commission, for let them blackmail the judiciary, for let them blackmail the police, and blackmail the PPRC, and this organization the way they don't show so. Now where EU don't come put so, whether EU political operatives and EU Umfa Kago them, where they don't manipulate and put here biasly, they don't get onto the organizations, therefore let them get any second thought explanation from them. They put us so where it damning and where it dangerous for Sierra Leone elections, it's dangerous for the peace and stability of that country. So with this thing, we're not the tolerator as a citizen. We think say we call on all the institutions and the NEC, the police, the judiciary, the PPRC, for let them write a position paper to the European Union, for let them demand European Union, for let them come with explanation to the nation of Sierra Leone, so that they not go come use APC operatives the way they work with, the way they don't hire for undermine the peace of the country. We are not going to accept it. We are not going to tolerate it. We are going to make sure. I am demanding now, as a representative of all Sierra Leoneans, I am an activist. I am a media influencer. I am now demanding that the European Union withdraw the leadership of European Union for this flagrant misbehavior, for this unfortunate statement and unfortunate press release, where tantamount to putting that nation into chaos, where tantamount for creating a bedrock for election violence, where APC don't plan, and I know more APC they plan to work. So by that, after this issue, after we are don't expose then criminal there, then rogues there, then politically motivated elements them, where they inside European Union, where they want to put the credibility of institutions, and where they don't use the institution they wrongly, the European Union ever can talk. Shame on European Union for letting allow them continue come up. I want to see where European Union then they read that report, when they see say the guy the way they read them, they say look confused. But before they go there, yes, they say look confused, and you find out say the body language now while they watch for now to see how they say not ever read that report. Where the report, where the boss they read them, you find out say you not ever read that report. Now the paper where they lay on foot, now they watch, but then therefore no say APC don't put them into mess because they don't employ APC politicians. So now watch this one family.
So the future ones we will not be here for that. We are here to assess.
We want to concentrate on this guy in body language.
But we do note that 3 of our recommendations concern the issue of results of reconciliation forms, tabulation of results, and the publication of the disaggregated results on the NEC website. It seems to the Commission that future by-elections provide the opportunity for these recommendations to be implemented prior to the 2023 elections.
Timely disclosure of the white paper is a precondition for an active, effective, transparent and accountable process, and for the re-engaging all stakeholders. There's a clear consensus on many issues, including that there should be a fixed date for future elections. Now the task is to turn the discussion into law in time for the elections in 2023. The Mission has been told that there is a significant decrease in trust in essential bodies, which play integral roles in the forthcoming elections. These includes the judiciary, NEC, the PPRC, and the police. Our findings are that these institutions' reputations are less trusted than is needed.
When I watch the guy in body language, when I go no say, he not be even read that press release for they write in here.
In the ways in which these bodies have administrated recent by-elections. There are surely some lessons to be learned from the management of the last by-elections, which can be tried as future by-elections. In 2018, the EU Electoral Observation Mission recommended the improvement of results and reconciliation form, the timely publication of the date.
So when I don't see the body language of the guy, then where they read, they find out say the boss they don't even understand. So we as Australians, we are demanding the withdrawal of the EU boss. In fact, let me tell you one thing. For let them withdraw them and they are based on that kind mess they don't put themselves into. It's very easy, and that's why we are doing it as Sierra and we are calling on all those agencies. Let them demand the EU an explanation to the flagrant press release, the flagrant statements them of the institution where they undermine the statements. We will not say APC they're ready for cause confusion 2023. So now that make them not get no plans where they put in place. Currently, within Aya, we don't hear it again today. One of them hooligans them. One of them the Vuvuzela, they were the biggest tribalists in this country. When they call Jibril Bangura, we get an evidence to that. The audio it make today, it say they call all them supporters them. Whether now they don't begin call them, say let them jam packed on Thursday for let them go cause confusion at all. You know why they do this now? Because they don't talk, say they don't demonize the police. They don't talk bad in them. And then secondly, because them talks the way they be don't count with now Germany. They don't like say the country not stable. They want again for pull them full man in a street so that they go conflict, then go into conflict with the law. Then the police then definitely not go allow them for disturb the peace of peaceful Sierra Leoneans. Then one or two die. Then they use and back for say waiting that report where cargo them na EU them cook and put the then go say not true. The police not good and then go use that video them but then send them na Germany to them bobo them so that they go use and say well salon not safe will not be able to go. So that is why today Funayeri Jibril Bangura and a very tribalistic old man who cannot help himself in America, very helpless, he don't begin instigate again. The same incitement when they begin trade to people in Makeni, Bombali, they don't begin call them again for come out, for go, they say that they go follow Samura Kamara, where anti-corruption don't call them, for go answer to corrupt cases. And Samura Kamara go for go na anti-corruption inside on Thursday. Now they don't begin call people them, and APC don't begin bring people them, then Samura don't begin organize criminal them and talks them. I want to alert the police now. Samura don't begin bring talks them from Susan Bay. Now that they arrange them now Susan Bay and also Mabela and many other places. Then they don't give them money, they don't organize them for let them come out on Thursday, let them can cause confusion so that they go contend with the police, then they go begin confirm some of their lies they are waiting to bring out. So at the call upon the police, we will be very vigilant right now. If Samura Kamara they come na anti-corruption, let the policeman then go hold them, let them bring an anti-corruption, let them protect account and anti-corruption. Anybody not for suppose for come out on Thursday come because now with Samura Kamara, the last time we go anti-corruption, it come out, it on fat talk. It say you know go can anti-corruption again if they call them. You know go can they again. It say because if people and they outside, now when they hearing people and they talk, now make them free, anti-corruption free. That one day na incitement. So Samura Kamara, it don't pay talks and now currently as I speak, now Mabela and Susan's Bay and other side them, they are now rehugging for Thursday. And then now they not done. When I read Jibril Bangura, I get the audio at the send to the CID. When I keep that one day as another incitement for let the people they come out. If they come out on Thursday, Jibril Bangura don't begin call them. So that APC go use that again for go talk say they are not stable because not to the country. Now, in the issue of European Union, President Bio has decided to engage them. Currently, President Bio they now Europe, it discuss and talk about climate change, how the climate change affects the world. Now the entire Africa, now President Bio, now the only African president where they take for talk on behalf of Africans. So when I get for say President Bio, they talk to world leaders them because every year we see flood in the occur, because we see every year environmental disaster, then the occur fire, the occur other things them. President Bio they go for go advocate so that the one day where they deplete, where they destroy the environment the most, then we will make sure say President Bio prevail on them. Let us see if there's any alternative measure for able to help Africa so that what they do, it not go affect, continue for affect in Africa. So President Bio was picked among the entire African leaders to represent Africa. This is the president we love the whole Africa, not only Sierra Leone. Now, I they play the statement that we President Bio don't give right now in reactions. In reaction to the European Union, the flagrant and unfortunate press release where they don't give because they get politicians that were active inside the European Union, they don't employ like Umfakago, Bakar, Sedia Bakar, and Ibrahim Bangura, they type them. They are there, then they mislead the European Union, and now they don't put the European Union mess. We makes Australians that we are now calling the withdrawal of the leadership of the European Union. And we recommend that one to President Bill, where they can engage them. That is our demand as Australians. Therefore, fire Umfa Bakar them, and also therefore withdraw the current leadership of the European Union. We don't want time. It cause war. Nasalu. We don't want war in Sierra Leone. We don't want time. We don't let come. It prepare for encourage APC for bring mayhem in another country. So encouraging APC, we then press release here, that meaning the European Union leadership is abetting conflict. It's abetting APC of politicians to bring conflicts in Sierra Leone. And abetting means for the fact that they write in that press release, you encourage them, that they give them more leeway, you give them more access to information the way they make for let them create problem in that country. You are the EU leadership currently is abetting conflict, so we demand his withdrawal with immediate effect. Sierra Leoneans do not want him anymore. We need his withdrawal and he should be replaced. Now, when I listen to President Bio in decision, where it don't take, where the Europe, it's the way it come, it got for engage the European Union about this kind of disrespect and problem where they want to bring Sierra Leone. Una watch.
The Electoral Commission is independent. It was long before I got to the office. Few commissioners, the tenure of few commissioners had expired, and of course, there's a process for replacing them. They have to be nominated and go to Parliament, and that is what we have done for the most part. They also spoke about the police. We haven't done much about it since we received it, since we inherited governance. So the same police that was there that they never commented on is what now they're saying to partial, maybe the leadership I have had to appoint. And they're talking about also the judiciary. We haven't done much about the judiciary in terms of
so when I don't see, and I therefore play another one for let una see President Bio, it don't state clearly.
The Electoral Commission is independent. So it's a pity. I'm going to engage them because these institutions are responsible for credible elections, but we have not tinkered with them in any way to skew any elections in our favor. The opposition, we always grumble about these institutions because these are critical institutions for elections. And when anybody is afraid of elections, they try to bring the credibility of these institutions to the fore. And that is what they have done. And they've taken it wholesale and just made it their report. So that is unfortunate, but I want to engage the EU.
All right, Mr. President, Julius Bio, we will follow up with you on that in the coming months. Good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
So Sierra Leoneans, meaning the advocacy where gentle they make, they fall on the floor. Meaning gentle they push for make sure say Salone gets in democracy where President Bio don't work for as father of democracy. They lie there. They can lie there where APC don't begin do. They can game there, we not agree. And this particular SNPP, we're not scared, we're not afraid. We're not scared, we're just concerned about the interests of Sierra Leone. We're just concerned about the survival of Sierra Leoneans. We're just concerned about the peaceful coexistence of Sierra Leoneans. We're just concerned about the democracy of Sierra Leoneans, which is why we're not left no stone unturned. We're not become complicit. We're not watch anything with careless. This particular SNPP, now President Tokanubio in new direction, SNPP. Now the power SNP, we will not joke with anything so far. And as Sierra Leoneans, we all don't follow that trend. Not of President Kaba, where even they sit on trade, then they stab an neck, then they lie panam, then they connive and do things that were not correct, and they keep quiet. No, with the exposure. So the leadership of the European Union should be withdrawn with immediate effect, and that's our demand as Sierra Leoneans. And we're demanding that because, one, they have hired APC operatives who have started working against the interests of Sierra Leoneans, and that press release is a mess. They don't put it into a mess, so we don't want the leadership of the EU anymore in that country. We don't want that. We as Sierra Leoneans, we don't want them, and we want let them fire the individuals and the Cargo. Look at let us show the one day with the fire. The leadership of the EU, we don't want to look at. We don't want this guy. This guy should go. This guy is not needed. This guy is a mess. This guy, if he continues staying here in EU and Sierra Leone, monitoring our elections, this guy is going to encourage war in that country. And we do not want war. We are at peace. Our people have died a lot. We do not want anybody, any institution to come and tarnish the democratic tenets of that nation. We need him go. Then this other person, this guy also, we need him go. He should be fired. We don't need them. These are politicians, and this is not right. We are standing against this, and we continue to advocate against this. And I am continuing to do this until the leadership of AU is withdrawn and until these political operatives, APC political operatives in the EU are being fired. They should be fired. Umfakabo must be fired. And then look at this lady too. Sedia Bakara, they should be fired. I am going to stand on this until the right thing is done, until democracy is protected in Sierra Leone, until good governance is protected in Sierra Leone, until and unless our institutions are being protected. These guys should go. The leadership of EU should be withdrawn. And I'm saying it, every Sierra Leonean has it. When I put on a Facebook page, let the EU leadership go because of this flagrant press release. This is shameful. EU need to explain, and President Bio engage them and tell them that this is it. All civil society activists are they call upon that. When I make sure say the leadership of EU let it come here and we don't want to let it change them. Never change them. Otherwise, it will cause war na saloon. That guy they go cause war na saloon. Neck when I write to the European Union, when I write them at the head office, the judiciary, when I write them, let them come explain this shameful thing here if we stop. Police, when I write them, nobody, no, they can undermine the security of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a sovereign state. It's a sovereign nation. You know, go can mess we up. We don't suffer too long. We have suffered too long. And this is a nation that needs peace. So if APC don't get nothing for offer, they're not going to use the operatives in the EU. They use EU as a shield for can't destroy the state institutions. We are not going to tolerate that. And let me tell you now one thing. The same state institution, 9 bin day trade where APC conduct elections. The same institution, the same judiciary, 9 bin day trade APC the judiciary, where they go sack Sam Sumana illegally. Waiting EU talk. The same institution, now they go trade. For now, we President Bio don't make this institution very decent. When I watch, when they talk about the judiciary, not on the same judiciary, yeah, where Ansane go na the court. They free am, APC they dance. Now the same judiciary, the deputy chairman of APC, Mikhail Mansare, go there, he get corruption case, he get cases and a commodity free discharge and acquitted inside the same judiciary. When they blackmail now they elect today. This same judiciary, now they President Bio in nephew, he go to court for election petition against Cherry Coco, when are the leader, the minority leader of parliament, when are the APC the leader in the parliament. When they go into this case, what will happen at the end of the day? Cherry Coco win. President Bio's nephew lost a case in the same judiciary. APC was dancing. The same judiciary where they try for demonize. Now the judiciary this we follow the precedent where an escroma been set in 2012 and 2017 during that election petition. Na Kenema and Kailan, where he say the one way win. When they pull them, when are the SNP person say the next person in any candidate, there was no by-election. So what is the issue? The judiciary, they always follow precedent. They always follow example. So when I don't see, and this is serious. I want to let people they know say, we know they allow that one day. We not tolerate this kind democratic trouble where they want to bring, and we know they do. The leadership of European Union must be withdrawn. And Australians, we do not want this leadership of European Union. We don't want them. Let them exchange them. And I'm sending this message to European Union. And I'm calling all on those institutions, NEC, Judiciary, PPRC, the police, do ya. Una make sure say, una write to the EU. Who side the EU been there, where APC be rape woman them, na SLP party office. The video they all over the place. What did they say? Nothing. Over election. And that time, they keep quiet. And we are not going to tolerate this as Australians. This is very gross misbehavior. We don't tolerate this. If this continues, a problem in that country, we are not going to tolerate it. Thank God the president don't talk and say they are going to engage it. And thank God, I am happy that whenever I advocate for Australians for the good, better the candy. And I think say this publicity where I don't give this thing, it don't begin to take momentum now. And things are going to happen. And I show Australians are they be in this case until the UN, the EU boss let withdraw him out of Australia. In the day, that election will call because it don't already create the enable environment for the opposition for car with war in that country. It don't encourage it. He's abetting them. He's abetting them, and that is wrong. And we are not going to tolerate that as Australians. We are not going to encourage that. We are not. So they should sack those guys, therefore fire them, and therefore withdraw the leadership of European Union. Thank you, President Bill, for taking that stand to engage them when they come back. And we are continuing to do this until you see the evidence there. Let them withdraw them higher. This is shameful, and we don't want war. We have suffered a lot. We don't care about those people that are blackmailing. Now tell you why APC want blackmail. Number one, APC no say they're not prepared for elections. They're not prepared because even the party not prepared right now. They don't know whether they for put as chairman. They don't know whether they for put as flag bearer. 30 days then a court in the pass and the alala. And because they then a court, let's say the reggae, because they then a court, they don't put themselves to court, not to accept people in a court. They don't put themselves to court because they corrupt, the leadership not good, and the Skruma don't buy APC, put an in pocket, they don't make a personal property. Then they now in a court, and they no say, they go for ban them from contesting because of the way how they behave to themselves. Now themselves, they don't go put themselves in a court. Now the background now they lay. They're not prepared for no elections. APC not prepared. So then they create the background because they get for loss. President Bio get for beating like fishball. So they don't know that. So they're afraid election right now. Now that make they don't begin use them about them. Where they inside international organizations then go for go survive, they know they survive. And we know say the European Union should be objective in anything where they do. They are supposed to be independent. They are not supposed to be meddling with politics, and they should not meddle with our internal politics. That is not the business of European Union to interfere into the internal politics of any nation. Let them can challenge me, say if that's not the mandate. Let the European Union challenge me, gentle, that their mandate is to meddle into the internal politics of a nation. Sierra Leone is an independent state. Sierra Leone is a sovereign state. You should not and must not interfere into the internal politics by employing politicians in your organization. Then when I say when I go interfere into internal politics, meddling with it for undermine national security and the democracy of the state. So we Sierra Leoneans are demanding the immediate withdrawal of the EU leadership. Oh yeah, we are demanding it. APC they afraid. They're not ready for election. Then they afraid elections. You see, then they afraid say that they can't lose 2023 elections. So they want to use that here for justify any violence tomorrow, where they go put out, where they don't call the results, where they don't lose. So that made them accept this one, but we know the alarm. We know they take anything light. We know they take a light. That same court, not to APC, they go sack Sam Sumana. They do all kinds of things we're not correct. Christian Top grab, avoid elections. Na Kailan, 477 polling centers. Eh? With no apology. You know, get no law where they support her for do so. They do it illegally. What the EU go talk? But we're not going to tolerate them here. Please, not on our responsibility that they for can give a misleading statement them. and connive with politicians. So the leadership should go. President Bio, engage them. And when you are engaging them, sir, make sure our demands as citizens that we need democracy, we need peaceful coexistence, so the leadership for go. I want to let people they watch. That report the way Marcela Samba, because na Umfakago bin get money, na CGG. That report the way said, hi buyers, EU officials, I want you to watch this one also. Watch this report and tell me if what Marcela Samba of CGG through new wrote and sent to you, that you just took hook, line, and sinker, if it's true. When I watch the talks them, where come out, where APC use, when they don't mention, when I watch it.
This is the Bombali team. Right, we don't Kana Kabala with the left for go Bombali right now. This is the Bombali team. And when you have this man and one center, they say, we don't want to win. Okay. This is the Bombali team with the left for go Bombali right now. We don't Kabala, we don't win election. They don't cause it all they said to but we wait for the election.
So when I hear so these are the dangerous things that will happen. Where Marcela Samba no report them, and they go and lie. They go and connive the APC cabal because Marcela Samba and where Amy husband, Mr. Samba, Dr. Samba, now pure and applied APC activists. So they are all doing it to make the platform for violence, where they get for lost election because they not prepare as a political party. That's not our responsibility. If you are not prepared, go and fix yourself up as a party. Una go pull una party na aneskroma in hand. Una pull ana in pocket. Una pull ana in juju pot. But now una morima work and they work. I want to watch the full interview where the CNN they interview President Tok Anubio and instance where he give. You know that loud past the first one, and that make I play the first one quick. But I want to watch them. Maybe one of the areas more.
Who are the main public can also help us deal with this challenge, which they are responsible for the most part.
And Mr. President, finally on another topic, I just want to ask you about the election process in your country. The EU election follow-up mission just released its key findings, and they were damning. There's massive skepticism over the independence of the National Electoral Commission in Sierra Leone. What are you doing to address that ahead of the 2023 election, and will you ensure that the recommendations made are implemented?
Well, it's unfortunate that the EU made such damning statements that you called it. The Electoral Commission is independent. It's been started long before I got to the office. Few commissioners, the tenure of few commissioners had expired, and of course, there's a process for replacing them. They have to be nominated and go to Parliament, and that is what we have done for the most part. They also spoke about the police. We haven't done much about it since we received it, since we inherited governance. So the same police that was there that they never commented on is what now they say is too partial. Maybe the leadership I have had to appoint. And they're talking about also the judiciary. We haven't done much about the judiciary in terms of personnel change. So it's a pity. I'm going to engage them because these institutions are responsible for credible elections, but we have not tinkered with them in any way to skew any elections in our favor. The opposition, we always grumble about these institutions because these are critical institutions for elections. And when anybody is afraid of elections, they try to bring the credibility of these institutions to the fore. And that is what they have done. And they've taken it wholesale and just made it a report. So that is unfortunate, but I want to engage the EU.
All right, Mr. President, Julius Beer, we will follow up with you on that in the coming months. Good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
So down there are the full statement from the president, and I stands down there when it come up from international engagement, and it engage European Union on this issue, and then we recommendation here as Sierra Leoneans is this EU guys, they forgo, my brother, they forgo. Yeah, they forgo. It must be changed. We don't like Manuel Mullah. You should go, man. We don't want you. All the leaders them of the commodity, therefore withdraw them. Therefore withdraw them. Therefore withdraw them. You know, there's one thing about then international people there. If you not tell them the truth, not their face, then they sit down and think say una fool. You see, they get issues in Europe, they're not able to solve them. Then they can't begin put faith in Africa. Yes. And that's sad. And that's sad. And we know they allow that one. No, they allow that one. I want to let everybody know that one they say. The European Union, they don't form them. Yeah. So imagine. That's the way they don't do. And then also, I want to talk something quick about the issue of this to see busy people in the talk with President Bio don't call for let them pull on. Some people and they say, oh, you can't be in a court. But there's one thing where I want to let people to understand. We get judicial precedents and then we get the statute. Inside the law book, if you don't they say they're not for allow anybody we're not Australian. We get dual citizenship for like contest. But then when it comes to the judiciary don't interpret them. They don't set a precedent say you for contest, and then the president need for put them out of the law book if he wants. And President Bio need for do that because we request that one as peaceful Sierra Leoneans. And President Bio respect we Sierra Leoneans. So now, then they go pull under the law book because if President Bio not pull under the law book, nobody no go even go there. President go to back na court. You take back years before you clear yourself. So and then the old President Bio no want them for Sierra Leoneans. Now that make it pull up from the law book. It been talk them and they do them. Then one of the way they President Bio don't achieve. And I get for continue. Immediate effect, I get for start for the Teluna, the achievement them where President Bio don't do, and at the juxtapose them with President Bio in manifesto, because this politics where they can now manifesto politics. What you don't do for Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans, and what you they do now for Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. Will not really matter, will not care about what you get for do because lie they boku APC they get for lie. We want to know what they don't do today. If they been do good thing, I think they're not for don't drive them apart. And what they do now, then we will able no say we will give power. President Bio get for beat them like fishball. So they don't gains, they don't torment. So my family, I want to understand another thing again about one lady, one titi where they call Asha, where it involved into an alleged situation where they say, according to the video where it then give, they say a guy put him inside room, allegedly he want harass him sexually, but then them left for the tussle, the young man died, and then be apprehend that young titi. But people let me they come, you know, Sierra Leoneans, they know they do anything when on national basis, or the way they carry it now on politics. Not to Fatima na police. not to Fatima na court. Fatima na an activist and a first lady we left the country. We don't raise awareness on picking them, whether they misuse. We don't influence the government for let them make law for stand against that one. So if Fatima don't influence the government for let them make law, they don't make law now. We don't make all man for free now. Why that thing be they happy when they holla? Oh, let Fatima come just because no one put politics by all team. If they hold that picking, then go detain them. Now for in safety, police get for do them. Even a yard, then they do them. Now for in safety, because that guy will die, he get family members. They mix understanding they be done the day. In case them back some people they for come out, then grip that picking the killer. And then I want to know say the judiciary don't give Aisha bail, unconditional bail. But then after we play this video, I want to give an advice to the family of Aisha and to also the APC them, whether they always try for use anything as propaganda. I'm glad where this government don't make the awareness here don't come. I'm glad where the court now the court this way APC they demonize. This court the way they celebrate. We don't give bail to this Pekin. Now the court this way APC no be ever do them can't here. But I want to watch force where they don't free, they don't bail, not to free, they don't bail Aisha where it become excited. Una watch.
Thank you. Now good evening, now good afternoon. Now good evening. Hey, today na happy day for me. Today happy, una thank you, mommy them. Hey, God bless you, ma'am. Una look for me today all day. The happiness what I get in my life. Una after God, una give me happiness. Una say for.
So una don't see. Now Aisha that one day in parents. Then they laid it up. But there's one thing where I want Australians to know. They don't give Aisha bail. Now the family and the safety of Aisha and the family now come first. The police been taken for safety and for letting them get that information about the incident. Now we don't see in a salon APC minister rape student. They're not doing nothing. Besides, now the student they be one killed. When Mahmoud Tarawali, when I be the deputy minister of education, not a secret, Mahmoud Tarawali be raped a student for scholarship. APC nothing no happen there. We don't see a lot of things that be don't happen. Samora Kamara, they don't accuse and say it be the rape woman in our office. Woman they can't talk on 98.1 and SLBC and also na other radios and television stations. They not do nothing. So, but now this government, they take every action against anybody who try to destroy gap in them. So this are the reason we make at the show now this are the caution Aisha in family in as much as Aisha don't get bail. Let them be careful and let them safeguard Aisha so that nothing not go happen with them. Tomorrow, bye-bye. President Bio, I thank you for intervening and engage them, and at the request and at the continue for requesting the European Union leadership should be withdrawn, and then criminally when the APC operatives they are there for come out in another country. Me na gentle, the political hot goose. You see don't pay me, you dey fry. And for don't pay you, you dey nyaka nyaka. Me people them, una share. But before una dey share, I want to enjoy this music.
Oh, who that guy this game ya so Lamada bio. Sam na who that this game ya dey for Lamada bio. Oh, who that cook and shape the game President bio. We dey vote back. We dey vote back for development na salon. Amu you don hear me? We dey vote back. We dey vote back. We dey vote back for development na salon. Sholele, 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 oh. After you, now you. Sholele, 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 oh. 2023, now you. Show them say you do it. 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 After you, now you. Salomon, wait till we say, yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Oh, push Salon go before. We come wait till we say, yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Oh, Salon ni better one. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, Ankambia, tonapa, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, Amfalapa, tonapa, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Yo sete votamu, Madame yo, Makeni tonapa. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, Madame yo, Makroka tonapa. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, Madame yo. Sam na who that this game ya dey for Amada Bio. Oh, who that cook and shape the game President Bio. Sam Asimane dey jump come on. They say back to power.
Papaya, Naya, on the other side. They don't rule this country. They don't take the country from the frying pan to the fireside. We tell God thank you for President Bill. You only get at this country. Let me get a chance for. Woman, they want to take this country back to austerity. Ce n'est pas possible. That's what Frenchman say. We are making President Bill chance here. Make him develop this country for we. And like I say, make we judge him in the end. Because the end justify the means.
We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. For development na salon. Amu you don't hear me. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. For development na salon. Sholele, 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 sholele. After you, now you. Sholele. Sholele, 2023.
So, as Sierra Leoneans, we don't want these guys. As Sierra Leoneans, all that we want right now President Bio, and we love President Bio. Sierra Leoneans, we love President Bio. We like him. All that he's doing is what we voted him for. All the good things the way they do now we like. So EU, you should not come and dictate to us. You know, we come for destroy institutions, and we like President Bio. Keep doing the good job. Sierra Leoneans, we like him, and we are going to vote for him anytime, anyhow. So if any political party is afraid of elections, let them say they are not going to contest. Or if they still want to go into the elections, let them go out there and create alternative measures, alternative means to come back in and say, these are the things that are not going well, but this is how we think we can do it better, but not for go blackmail state institutions. In other words, now, before I close, finally, although I call upon the police, let them go with Samura Kamara on Thursday. Let the police then go take an IOs for your own safety. Let them put on a motorcar and count on ACC. Anybody will come out because Jibril Bangura, that homeless tribalist, where they Ohio, he is being a sponsored trading. In fact, APC be the game money trading, but for more who love them inside 2019 with the 2018 when they count for camp rally against President Bio, he eats that money with Berete game. They be don't stop for pay him. But he's a tribalist, he's an inciter, and is a dangerous guy. We don't begin for insights again. For let APC then go fix on Thursday, where then they call Samura Kamara for let go answer thief case. The last recommendation where they make to President Bio, as they come back, sir, the commission of the white paper be done. I want to make a white paper and sign up. Do ya, sir, for the Constitutional Review Committee. We know say APC been set that committee there for let us skew things them around, for bring things the inside that constitution there. We not go good for Sierra Leoneans them, but then good Sierra Leoneans they not agree, and then a lot of things in there where I want to let you ginger the Constitutional Review Committee again for let them able make a fine one for the interest of that country. President Bio, you are the father of democracy. We know say now you no more able to do it for Sierra Leone. Now you will have open. Do ya now for sign up and let do. Then white paper, then they for Constitutional Review Committee, do ya, sir. Try for do something again. Let them, if man they are, no can discourage people them, and let them not can do something in that country we not fine. But we tell you thank you for the good job the way they do for make Salone continue, for remain sexy and attractive. President Bio is the best president, and we'll continue to vote for him. We will beaucoup, now we vote for him. And we will vote for him, now we beaucoup. And we will elect him, now we plenty. So President Bio, we elect you. We elect the new direction government, and we elect the direction where you don't take Salone, making the country sexy and attractive. Me, na gentle, the political hot goose. The family, they want to share this video all over the place. You where they watch on Facebook, share them. You where they watch on YouTube, share them and put a comment. Me, na gentle. You sit up at me, you the fry. I for don't pay the nyaka nyaka. I see I don't put to behind this man, this boss of EU. If I go, therefore withdraw him, and they continue for do him. Sierra Leoneans, when I rely on waiting gentle to talk. When I don't see the momentum where the thing don't take, the thing where they be don't tie, say I don't open them. If I not be there for scatter, then lie there. Now so therefore don't destroy that country, the image of that country for nothing. Now that makes some of it. I don't scatter them. When I continue for tell us say that election malpractice when they be do 2018. Now that report, therefore don't cancel. Now because the bad thing the way they said that report today, where APC been do, they want to hide them. Now that made them count first like press release. We're not good. For let them come tarnish good the image of this government and the good institution, the credible institution in that country, because they don't say they're not ready for election, then they lost. But you know they work. Some of they make things happen for Sierra Leoneans. Una bye bye, my family. And they continue for them in this one until the leadership of EU is withdrawn. Until Umfakago and c'est dire bakar de order fire and sack them, pull them at the institutions and una share, una baba ya, mina gentle.
Network TV.